Okay, so it's been a week, pretty much I think, since VALENTY came out, and I wanted to make kind of a second review of her after much more usage and facing her a few times, of course. And yeah, because I did my first initial review, and I was pretty negative. I mean, when she came out, right? I tried her on PvE, and she seemed a pretty good unit for making stuff do less damage to you, so she could be very helpful for next story chapters and stuff. But when I got her to 80, I tried her on ungeared PvP, and I found her to be pretty bad. She just didn't seem like a good unit. Now, a lot of factors went into that. First of all, I am at pretty much the max level on ungeared. I was at I don't know the name of the max level, but Chur. So I wasn't at 1, but it was a Chur. So I was at the second highest level of PvP. So of course the enemies I was facing were much stronger than regular most people would face. But also, you just really don't want to run her on ungeared. She is pretty bad for ungeared. But she is really good for geared. Now, I've been playing geared this week. This week I put myself to playing geared. Actually, let me actually go to the PvP realm real quick. And there was only one loss I had on geared this whole week. One loss! And it was against her. It was against VALENTY. Because let me show you my PvP team. The hottest guy on PvP right now is Blue Demon Meliodas, right? He is the big boy of geared. Alright, yeah, I am ranking up. So I do have actually 4 losses, but 3 of these losses were disconnects. So the guy actually lag switched and the match wouldn't go on for like an hour, and I just quit, you know? Lost so much progression, but out of 44 matches, the only one I legitimately lost was against her, because Meliodas, I wish I was recording, but Meliodas did 0 damage. He was doing 0 damage on that match. I was just getting obliterated. So that was pretty much what happened. Wait, is there music on the game? Because if there is, it's probably going to be clashing with the... Nah, there's not. Okay. But I just got absolutely obliterated by her because he just couldn't do damage. And the match stalled to the point where he just killed my units. But that was like pretty shocking. So I actually tried her out on geared. She is really good. It's just that ungeared, the only way of actually making her work on ungeared, let's say, right now I am really not focusing on ungeared. As you can see, I only played 3 matches this week. Only the daily matches. You would really need to make a team built around her. You need to use Gilfunder in the back. You need to use her. Maybe another character that reduces damage. You know, you would need to really focus on a full-on defensive build for her to actually work on ungeared. And I feel like most of the time it's just not gonna work in general. Hellbrim and King are just so prevalent. Hellbrim absolutely stomps her. Like, legitimately, Hellbrim destroys her. So, for ungeared, I just don't think she's very good, but... Like, I can actually show, geared, the second highest ranked guy is using her, right here. I think it's now, this type of championship is not working anymore, but he used her. He was using this build, Escanor, her, Merlin, and Gilfunder. And he got 2nd place. I don't know if he was using the whole, like, throughout the whole thing, but at the end he was using it. The 3rd guy was actually using this team, which is the most common team, Lilia, Hauser, and Merlin and Meliodas, with Escanor in the back. And 1st place didn't show his team, but again, she's really good for geared, not so much for ungeared, and that is exactly why I actually didn't have a good impression of her, because at the time, I was only playing ungeared. I mean, now from now on, whenever I do a PvP showcase, I will be showcasing them on both ungeared and geared, because again, I am now focusing on geared. You will be seeing a video from me playing geared maybe later today. I do want to knock off these 3 matches I have to do, so I rank up. I really wanted to get the the coins. I'll say if I can rank up at least to 1,000 coins a week, that would be very nice. 1,000 coins a week? That'd be nice. I don't know about the, like, I don't know if I can get to the other ranks, to be honest. Maybe. My team is pretty good. It's just that I don't have too much of a high CP. But regardless, talking about Valenti, she's really good for geared. So if you did pull her, like her banner, is it still up? It should be. Her banner is leaving on the 4th, so you still have a few days. If you did already pull her, or if you are planning on actually summoning for the cheap steps, ranking her up is really good if you're playing geared. If you are still not to the point where you're playing geared PvP, because like I myself, I only got to geared this week. The week I got rank 80 in the game was the week I got into geared. So I know a lot of people are not into geared yet. If you are not, I don't think she's worth leveling up right now. Again, for PvE based content, she could be very good, like story mode wise, because you are going to make her enemies weaker. By the way, this is the proper build you want to do. You want to give her patience, because the more patience she has, the stronger her passive is. Unfortunately, this SSR, like, I actually got really lucky. Every single level up I did was actually defense, and I could not take it. I could not re-roll it. Like a full defense equipment, you're kidding me? Without even re-rolling, I couldn't change it. But you want to have patience in both sides, so her passive is actually stronger. You will lose a lot of CP for that because you're not going to increase your stats as much, but it's just how it is. It's the same thing for Lilia. Like right now, my Lilia equipment, look at my Lilia equipment right here. She's just full-on penetration because that's how you want to build her. That's pretty much how you want to build her. It's just how it is. You can't avoid it. So you are going to lose a lot of CP, but in exchange, my Lilia makes Meliodas absurdly strong. Like she really does. If like you'll see the video I post in a few hours of me playing geared. Every single match of geared has been pretty much a one-shot because of her passive. It's the same thing for Valenti, almost forgot her name. The more patience she has, the tankier your team will be, because you're going to be weakening your enemies the most. And if you combine her with Gale Thunder and stuff like that, you're going to have a very tanky team. Again, in general, she's really worth leveling up if you're playing geared. So I don't think I have a negative opinion of her anymore. I think she's a very useful unit for one specific thing, and a lot of characters is useful for one specific thing, and they're still good units. Like King, I got King to level 80, willingly got King to level 80, and he's only good for the Grey Demon pretty much. He has other uses as well, but you get what I'm saying. Same thing for Red Demon Meliodas right now. He's only good for raids, but that's what they do. Like Ellie Hawk is only good for the Red Demon. They are very good for one specific thing, and they are the best at what they do. Actually, Ellie Hawk is not the best for the Red Demon, it's actually Slater, but still, the point. But yeah, if you have her and you're playing geared, good unit, should level up. If you should actually, if you don't have her with patience on a gear, it's not even worth it. You have to have patience on her gear. But if you are not, hold on. If you have her, hold on until you get started on geared. And if you don't have her and you want to pull for her, maybe you didn't get the whole step up, right? You didn't get the guaranteed. I would say you can wait for her to come back. The main unit in the banner, I feel like it's still Blue Lilia. She's still the most insane unit in that banner. But that banner doesn't have 7 Deadly Sins units, so it doesn't have Escanor, Blue Demon Meliodas, which you really want, you know. So just missing out on those units in that banner is just not worth summoning, to be honest. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I must say, she has the most awesome costumes ever. Like, let me actually go to the shop right here. I was really tempted of buying the costumes. Legitimately, if I felt like she was a unit I was going to use more, I would have bought it. Like, this costume is so cool. The arms, like, in flames, so cool. But not buying it. I just don't feel like it's a unit that I'll use that much. But if you do have a good build for her, if you have Green Lillian at level 80, and you can use her her in your PvP team. She's a very good combo with her. Green Gil Thunder in the back, you know. If you have those units and you can make a proper geared PvP team that is going to be focused on being ultra mega tanky, I feel like she's a good unit. Okay, that's pretty much my second review of her a week later. I don't feel like I'm going to do this with most of the characters I do summon on. They're new, and I get them first on and I have an opinion. Then a week later I might have a different opinion because, you know, it's just how it is. Sometimes if you use them just a little bit, maybe you don't get the full grasp as if you use them a lot. But yeah, or if you face them a lot of times on PvP. On Ungeared, I faced her a lot of times. I've never lost to one of her actually on Ungeared, funnily enough, even though I'm pretty trash on Ungeared right now. But on Geared I did lose that one time. Okay, thank you guys for watching.